2, 1.
Here we go!
Good morning. Welcome to
Scott and Ronnie in the morning. Volunteer edition. So last year we gave out a number of these trophies to different people, just saying thanks for what you do volunteering around here, because we couldn't do this without you guys.
Straight up.
Yeah, you don't want us doing all the other work. So, but we have hundreds of people who volunteer, and just whether they're serving the CW Kids or on the worship team or greeting you when you come in on Sunday mornings, we just want to say thanks to absolutely every single one of our volunteers. But this morning we are offering up the trophy,
The final trophy.
the last trophy to a welcome team volunteer. Should I go ahead and say who it is, and then we'll do the surprise or do that sort of stuff?
Oh, well, let's leave it for when we're the surprise, because we're out in front of the church. Obviously, we're about to head out. We're going to go to this person's home, and we're going to ambush them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll tell you a little bit about this person after we do that.
Yeah. So let's talk about welcome team real quick,
Yeah.
because I tell you something I thought about last night. You know, usually we're doing a lot of study, a lot of prep work. When we're doing the volunteer celebrations, it's not a lot of study, but I did spend a little bit of time thinking about it last night. That I know.
I'm impressed.
I did my homework.
Yay.
And here's what occurred to me about the welcome team. The welcome team, number one, we always say it's a great first volunteer step.
Absolutely.
Not to diminish it at all, because I'm going to say something here in a minute that'll obviously emphasize that, but it is a great first step to volunteering in the church. You know, it doesn't take a ton of training. It doesn't, you know, all those kind of things. All you have to do is be pleasant and smile and welcome people.
Yeah.
Having said that, I felt like God told me this last night. This is also one of the most important ministries. I mean, like, you know, you can think about worship team. Yes, everybody, you know, worship team seems big because we're on stage, lights, preaching. That's not a volunteer activity, but definitely not a volunteer activity. But that's important. You know, children's ministry, that's important. But and here's why I thought about this last night is I went to Google and just looked over to see if we had any new reviews for the church.
Okay. Because
people can review things on Google, and you know, my favorite one is some lady said 1 star, it's too cold. But anyway.
Yeah, sometimes we have issues with the heating air conditioning system in here.
But a lot of them mention the worship, a lot of them mention the preaching, a lot of them talk about CW Kids, but every single one of them, other than the cold lady, every single one of them talks about, I was warmly welcomed. I was greeted. And so what happens at the front door of the church in the first
7 seconds?
7 seconds of someone coming here completely impacts their total time, their total, I don't want to say it, but their total experience in church. Because if they're greeted poorly, they're going to check out right away. If they're greeted with enthusiasm and warmly and they feel welcomed, they're going to be dialed in from the first 7 seconds of walking in the church.
You know, it's really interesting that you bring that up, because that is one of the key things that when we have training for anybody who's new to the team, and I often remind the team when we get together and talk about things, that we are the face of Crosswinds and Jesus Christ to a brand new person.
Yeah.
And even to our returning people. I mean, it's not just for first-time people, but it's for our returning people. And we don't know what those people have experienced that morning before getting here. I mean, maybe they had a fight with their spouse, maybe their kids were unruly, maybe they had a flat tire, you know, those sorts of things. But we have the ability as welcome team people to almost reset the stage so that they can be prepared for whatever God has in store for them. So it's just a super awesome and amazing and important ministry within our church, and also not just welcoming people in, but being able to help them connect with other people, because a lot of times coming into a church building is really scary for the first time, but if we can, as a welcome team,
especially when you see this guy on stage, talk about awkward.
But if we as a welcome team can make a connection, or not even necessarily us connect with that person, but help them connect with somebody else, then that helps build a relationship, which helps ease them into finding people that they can connect with.
I mean, I saw a photojournalism thing one time where somebody, they took a picture of, it wasn't just homeless people, but it was just people on the street walking around, whether, you know, whatever. Anyway, and he took a picture of them before and then told them they were beautiful and took a picture of them after, and just a different look on their face. And that's what the welcome team does. And it might not even be verbal, and you're not going to, don't be hitting on everybody that walks in the church. Hey, what's up, hottie? But just, walking in, regardless of what's happening that morning, that week, someone just smiling
and genuinely welcoming.
Yeah, and just opening the door. I mean, these subtle little gestures can completely transform someone's willingness to engage in worship and hear the word.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a long way to say, man, welcome team volunteers. I know we're going to highlight one today, but all of you guys make such a huge impact every single week.
Absolutely. We love you guys and appreciate everything you do. So let's hop in and
let's go
do this.
See you in a minute. Hey!
Hey, Scott. Where'd Ronnie go?
So, as you know, we give out trophies periodically to different people, and this is the last trophy that we're giving out, and it is to somebody on the welcome team, and we would like to give it to you guys. I want to say thank you to you for always being there. You are one of the best at meeting new people, making sure they have a guest bag, and connecting with them, and then coming and letting us know, hey, so-and-so's new, you might want to check them out. So you just do a fantastic job, and always smiling, always greeting. I just love that. And then you, sir, I know you were in on the surprise of getting it to her, but we also want to honor you for just being in the parking lot with your nose half the time, your red nose and Santa Claus hat and all those type of things. Because, I mean, just being a friendly and welcoming face and everything, just appreciate all that both of you do on the welcome team. So, yeah. So thanks.
Wow.
Speech!
Live long and perspire.
Yes. So hold on to that, and next time we give them out, then you guys can be part of giving it to the next person. But put your names on it.
Carve your name in it.
Yeah,
burn it in there. Whatever
you want to do.
Okay.
And we just want to say thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Love you guys. All right. Yep.